Namaste, people. So today I've had the most amazing healing slash clearing or energy cleansing session with a woman named Patricia Hicks. I'll put a little link right there. So if you're interested in finding out more or booking a session with this woman, go and do it. This is especially for those of you out there who are like me and are practicing the law of attraction or very diligently working on mastering the law of attraction, who are working with their own meditation, yoga, healing, and transformation for a new world order. And especially this comes down to balancing our male and female energies, and a lot of what we're having to do right now is clear the shit out. The shit being shame and guilt, self-hatred, fear. And usually I find the tricky bit with this stuff is that it's unconscious, that on the surface we're thinking everything is fine, yeah, we're rolling along, and there's ups and downs, and the fact is that we live in a world that is we're all conditioned in this way, or where we've come to in human evolution is like it's normal to be unhappy, it's normal to be sick, and it's normal to just be depressed and feel like crap. And I don't buy it anymore at all. I think that our evolutionary pathway is now guiding us to this realization, this place of awakening where it's like, I'm meant to be happy. And I'm meant to feel good every day. I'm meant to feel light-filled and energized and free to express who I am. So this is what it's all about. I've had a very strong intention over the last, I would say, year, but now I'm looking at it more like it's been actually most of my life. An intention to be happy, an intention to feel worthwhile and successful, and again, creative and expressive and free to kind of just express and be who I am. So this woman, Patricia, as these things miraculously happen, just sort of appeared in my life through Karen, who does the wonderful gong meditation in Ilfracombe, and now this was my second session. And we went quite deep into clearing stuff from my heart. And I can honestly say already I have a lot more sensation there, kind of a flowing sensation. And clearing different aches and pains through my body, which I felt something in my kidney, my hip, my knee. A lot of it was down my right side, which is that kind of dominant male energy side as well. So I suspect over the next few days I'm gonna have more stuff to work through, and her parting words were just, the only rule is don't be hard on yourself. Try not to be hard on yourself. And I've definitely been just working on that myself for quite a while, realizing, gosh, we're our own worst critics. We're our own, hardest judge on ourselves. And I don't know exactly what the future is going to hold for me, but what I'm practicing now, and the reason I'm practicing this stuff, is because life's been kind of hard for me, and I've felt a lot of misery and depression and pain and all of the trappings of those kind of heavy, dense vibrations. And it's moving, it's shifting. I'm consciously working with the universe to clear this stuff out of my energetic being so that I can be free, so that I can be of higher service for humanity and of course for myself. And a lot of these tenets are paradoxical, which is I think why when you're stuck in a rut, or when you're heavily depressed, or you're very closed in your ways of thinking and being, you're like, oh, no, that, that's not, that can't work, or that can never happen, or whatever. And it's just because of that, you're closed, and so that's, the universe is going to show you these very closed and rigid ways of being. And the only thing that I think most of us would agree on is that when we start to do this clearing, or when we start to just open our mind, like even a fraction, I think it was my mom mentioning something about faith, and there's an expression of all you need is like a mustard seed, or like faith the size of a mustard seed, which is like the tiniest seed there is, and that is enough to grow into more expansive faith and more conviction in that. And I kind of get it now. I had a couple really good friends growing up who were very spiritual and religious people, Christian based. They held that. They were really, really good people, and I was just going through some tricky times, anorexia at the age of 13, which led to bulimia, which led to alcohol and drug addiction and exercise obsession, and all of those things now. With Patricia, that's what's been coming up, or those significant points in my life when there was a lot of pain. And then that was born from earlier on in my life, and that was born from even, while I was in my mom's womb and all this kind of stuff. And if you think collectively we're all one, so there's one universe, and we're all one and we're all connected, then we're going to be holding threads from other people. We're going to be holding pain from other people. Indeed, that came up with my healing with Patricia today as well, is that I was actually holding humiliation and shame, I think it was, from somebody else, from a close friend of mine. So we can actually absorb and then hold other people's energies, or dark energies, or dense energies of other people, not even knowing that we're holding that stuff. So I do ramble, I digress, I ramble on, whatever, it doesn't really matter. So I guess really what I want to get across is, if you are working with the law of attraction and you're watching this, we know that our thoughts create our feelings, and then our feelings are kind of what drive us in action, and taking either inspired action or kind of heavy methodical, like, oh, I have to make everything happen, controlling action. That's the cursed house, like Mike Dooley talks about. So when we're letting go, we're like, okay, I am going to transform myself, I am going to heal myself, and I'm going to trust that the universe is going to provide everything I need for that transformation, and then magically people appear. So now what I realize is that go deeper than just your thoughts, because the thoughts, almost you could say, are more superficial. Beyond or deeper than the thoughts are the energy frequencies that we're holding inside our bodies. And this is the stuff that can be even more deeply buried in our unconscious or subconscious. So people like Patricia, and I think more of these kind of wisdom people are going to be around to guide us and help us to clear this energy. Once we clear the energy, it frees us up. Okay, it frees us up to be lighter, more energized, and then so that our thoughts, we have even more powerful impression on driving our thoughts in the direction that we want to take our thoughts in, rather than sort of just, trying really hard to keep our positive thoughts going, but somehow praying or falling victim to these unconscious energy forms within us. So shame and guilt are really heavy. Fear as well. Those kind of experiences, so shock and trauma and just absorbing energies from our parents or loved ones or just our environment. We can absorb all those energies and then we're holding them. So if we really want to kind of step up your game as far as practicing the law of attraction and moving in the direction that you want to move in, I would highly advise finding one of these sort of energy healers to help clear the shame, the guilt, or the stuff that you might be holding unconsciously. And that's, you know, you're working hard, things still aren't quite going the way you want them to, then, you know, seek help, ask for help, and the help will appear. Always, always does. Thanks so much for watching today. And again, please subscribe, check out my website, or please leave comments and stuff, because really the reason I'm doing this is A, I want to express myself more, but also I love this stuff and I want to engage people. I want us to be talking about this like in the mainstream, right? This is it, people. We are waking up and we're creating a new world for ourselves. We want to choose it wisely, don't we? And we want to make it a peaceful transition and as a comfortable transformational process as possible. We have to feel the pain, yes, but that pain, like everything else, it's transient, so it's gonna keep flowing through us. The more we can support each other through this process, the easier it will be. And before we know it, we're just gonna be dancing in fields and like vibrating super, super high. And I think our powers and our potential, we're just scratching the surface, right? So we've got one hell of a future ahead of us, and we're going to turn things around. We're going to start taking really good care of this planet, and we're going to help each other to do that. So we're breaking down, we're letting go of the old paradigm by believing in what we know to be true deep, deep down inside, and allowing the help and the resources to be provided for us so that we can live in those higher frequencies and that we can really take care of ourselves first, so that we can then take care of each other and take care of the planet, most definitely, and really enjoy the ride, enjoy being alive here on this wonderful planet. I love you all so, so much. Have a wonderful day. Peace and namaste. Take care. Bye.